listening to the decision reel.
Hey, welcome to the Decision Reel Movie Review Podcast, where we try and fail to review movies of today and yesterday. We're back to failing. I don't know why, but we're going to be trying not to, with Erin Brockovich as picked by Tara.
Erin Brockovich and Wally and Steve wearing the same brand t-shirts.
Oh, no.
This is a Busey's classic.
A Boosie's.
Right, so now we're also leaving me out, too.
Well, you weren't.
This
You're not
wasn't planned.
This was not planned. It just random Boosie day.
Yeah. Steve and I apparently are on the same TISM wavelength, I think.
We said we want brisket today
Yes.
from a gas station.
Yes. In a wonder assortment of beef jerky.
Yes, all the gas. That's what we want. All the gas, because it's going to contaminate us.
So you get all kinds of gas from the gas station.
Yes, you got it. Perfect. Anyways, yeah, Tara, you picked Erin Brockovich this week. I can kind of guess how you or why you picked it, because we were talking about the top 10 last week, and that was in the top 10, and it was kind of like, ooh, Erin Brockovich.
It was already on my list. It has been on my list for a while. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, well, it's right there on the list.
This makes me feel empowered.
It should.
It's an empowering
beautiful.
story of women.
I love that part.
Who don't.
And told well. You know what I mean? Like the story itself, because it's based off of true events.
Yes.
So already crazy incident, crazy story, but told well, I feel, in the movie as well.
Do you guys ever get a vibe when acting's done in an insanely well, like her specifically?
You don't feel like she's acting.
No, I feel like this is her.
No, you feel like you were watching
I was watching
this story.
tale.
Yeah.
The tale of Erin
Yeah.
Brockovich.
That's what I mean by told well. Like I feel like
Fantastic.
you were watching it happen. This wasn't like a retelling. It felt like you were just watching it happen.
Yeah, that and common. It's like perfect. I feel like this is casted perfectly too. Like I don't even know if this is what that girl was like, but if she was,
It was probably her.
believe it. Yeah.
There's only one casting choice that, after doing research on this movie and finding out something that I don't like.
of this movie.
Of
Is
this
that
movie.
is that in the dirty deets later? Is that in the
Do
special
you want to save
details?
it?
I'm just looking to see if I did put it in there. Yep, it is in my fun facts of the week. So we're going to get to
we'll
that
save it.
later.
Save
But
it.
it is maybe a whitewashing, if you will.
No.
Maybe. We'll find out later. Tune in for that.
Can
But
we,
yeah, this
can we
week.
discuss where they lived? Where they live at?
And in an empowerment movie too. You
I know, right?
like-
Oh. Anyways, Erin Brockovich, the
That still
plot.
count?
A flamboyant law firm secretary works tirelessly to gain justice for a small town wrecked by a utility company's pollution.
Lake Michigan.
It's turning the frogs gay.
Asexual frog.
God
We're
damn it.
gonna fuck it. Jurassic Park all over again.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the plot. There was
nailed it.
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I mean, that's pretty much
Straightforward.
what
Yeah.
happened. Maybe not a flamboyant law firm secretary. I would say more of a
Flamboyant's an interesting choice. I would say
yeah.
colorful.
okay, colorful. Maybe
She's colorful. Maybe
Hot.
Sure.
I think so.
Okay.
wasn't gonna-
Maybe
yeah.
outspoken,
outspoken.
strong-willed.
Yes. I'm extremely attracted to this woman.
Me too.
Yeah.
She
That's
says
probably
fuck
why,
a lot, and you know what? I like it.
The girl, she's a little sassy, verbose, not afraid to yell at you
Sassy's
when
a
she
good
feels
word, too.
things, right? Yeah. I
A
find myself
sassy, flamboyant law firm secretary.
like-
That's how it should be.
Do I misunderstand what the word flamboyant means? Because I
It's
feel
just
like that's
out
When
there,
I
right?
think flamboyant,
No.
I think other sex.
gay,
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
but
say
it's
it.
not. Yeah, the
Okay,
birds can be
okay.
flamboyant.
so.
Anyway, I can
Birds
be
of a
flamboyant.
feather.
Tending to attract attention because of their exuberance, confidence, and stylishness. So,
Yeah.
like, it's
I'm
not
flamboyant.
super wrong. It's not super wrong.
Flamboyant right
She
here
does.
with the boosies.
She
What's up?
does carry herself with confidence, and she does dress however she wants.
I'll give you that.
Even when they were like,
Hey,
he was
maybe-
like, "You might want to dress different." And she's like,
For
"No."
who?
What was she? She was Miss what?
I don't
Like
know.
what? She won like a pageant. You remember which one it was?
Whatever state they
She
were in.
said she said
Massachusetts
it
or
when
some
she was
shit like
telling
that.
the story, but I don't remember. Where do they live? Where is this? Where does this take
Flint,
place?
Michigan.
No, well,
I feel like the demographic in wherever she was
It's-
enough to where the
I can't look
casting
'cause
made
They were
sense.
hot.
it doesn't
They
say.
weren't white people. They
so
were
it doesn't say
white.
it didn't say in the summary like the town or city.
Look, we get
A
deep into
small town of whites wrecked by a utility company's pollution.
So it's probably in the
They're all
mid,
swimming in pools.
probably in the Midwest
You know who
somewhere.
doesn't swim
Get
in
out of
pools?
that pool! Yeah.
Probably either Midwest or South.
We're not going to talk about
somewhere.
why, right? But
Yeah.
they don't, and they're not getting polluted, or they're not getting these diseases because of it.
It's
Yep.
even okay. Do your spiel first, because we're gonna get into it. I know
Oh,
you.
you want
I know
the
you like
spiel?
to do.
The spiel.
Well, I know you like to do your director, actors, stuff like that.
Okay. Where to
Before-
watch this guy currently of this recording?
He's gay.
Amazon Prime is the only thing you can watch it on a subscription, or you can rent it on Amazon, YouTube, Google Play. That's it.
Which is crazy.
I know, right?
I mean, I
This is
guess
a big
it's
one.
older, but I feel like it's notable. I feel
yeah,
like
it might
right?
be a thing
Yeah.
where some
Am I
people
wrong?
own the rights and they're like, this is only going to be here. That's my only
Yes.
thought.
Yeah.
I'm scared right now that the movies that we think are too big to not be popular anymore are just getting phased out because of time.
I mean, yes, that's what happens.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
I
but I
think
don't
it's
like that.
happening. Is what
It is
I wasn't ready.
Oh, I get it.
Is what I'm saying.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, you know, you're right. There's a lot
It's
of
like
movies
it-
that are gone that you might have say to
Something
like,
that leads to discovery. This
Yeah.
is part of one of those movies that might lead to my personal discovery of me aging.
yeah.
Oh,
You're not wrong. This
He
is
said
not-
she had no nipples.
Well, think about it. This is a movie that like people don't talk about anymore. Like, when's the last time
Exactly.
anybody's talked about Julia Roberts and Erin Brockovich?
Julia Roberts or just Julia Roberts and Erin Brockovich.
No, I'm saying in the movie Erin Brockovich. No one's talking about it. Now, if you want to bring it up, she did win all the fucking awards that year for this movie. So,
You know
Makes
what's
sense.
funny?
Makes
I
sense.
was talking to someone yesterday,
about Erin Brockovich.
something unrelated, and they
Oh.
brought up Erin Brockovich, and I was like, "Oh my god, I just picked
Guess what
this
we're
movie. We are
doing?
literally talking about
You
this on the
fucking
podcast tomorrow."
You brained it into existence.
It's okay. We've talked about this a couple times because this has happened here. It's either that whole, hey, I just bought this car, now I'm seeing it everywhere illusion, or this is really happening.
But that's a weird one
Sure.
because it was a person I know that brought it up. This wasn't like it popped up on my newsfeed.
Sure. Well, we just did Demolition Man a couple weeks ago, and now I'm seeing in social media posts people talking about certain scenes in Demolition Man and how well it's aged and things like that. Then we just did, obviously, Tombstone's something else because obviously
Val, yeah.
Val going away. Tear. What was the movie we just did last week? American Psycho. I've been
Yes.
seeing a lot of American Psycho things lately too. So that's a little
We
weird.
also, I think it's
I mean,
happened.
part of it is it's social media.
It's happened more than
one.
one time where we've picked a movie and then it was like literally the next week it was like their 20th anniversary, 10th, 15th anniversary, and it
Look at
like
us, ahead of our
without
time.
us knowing that we're picking it
Correct.
around its anniversary. Last week, it was a week, 2 weeks after the anniversary of American Psycho, remember?
Yes.
And we were like, oh,
Oh, look at that.
because it was like
knew it.
April
Why not,
14th
you
or
stupid
something like that.
bastard?
It was like April 14th
You like
or
Huey
something.
Lewis and the news. I thought they came into their on their own with sports and whatever. Anyways, this is directed by Susanna.
Oh,
Susanna? Yeah. Grant.
don't you cry for me.
Directed by Steven Soderbergh.
Who's that?
That's a big name.
Who is it though? What does he do? What does he do?
What does he do? Well, while the old
He
IMDb
directs
bring it up, he
movies,
directed this
Walter.
movie, but he's directed some pretty big movies.
Who's the director? listed?
The Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
Right there, right there.
Steven Soderbergh right there. Look at that guy. He's done Magic
Kind of
Mike.
looks like Woody
Damn,
Harrelson a little bit.
Zuckerberg.
Pretty sure he did Magic Mike.
Traffic. That's a big one.
That was the same year as Erin Brockovich too, as well. Keep going down there. Keep going. Keep. I don't know what this is.
Yeah, these are too recent.
Director is what you want. Previous to. Well, I don't.
Oh,
these are
Oscars.
hold on, no, no.
He
these are
directed the
executive-
Oscars, it said.
No, these are executive producers. That
keep
you're
going.
on.
Oh, was that a
Right there, director. Click previous.
previous?
There you go. Now go down. Magic Mike's Last Dance. Don't know what Kimmy is. High Flying Bird. Logan Lucky was good. Magic
Wow,
Mike.
he likes Channing Tatum.
Haywire. Yes, he does. Contagion was good.
Why didn't he? I didn't see Magic Mike 2
Ocean's
up there.
13. Yeah. Last Dance.
That's
Magic
the
Mike's
third
Last-
one.
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Maybe
But I
he
saw
said
the first
somebody
one.
else. Full frontal.
So all
Ocean's
the
11,
Ocean's
traffic,
movies.
whatever. Out
Was
of
it all?
sight.
Grey's Anatomy.
The movie.
Oh.
King of the Hill. The
Yes.
movie. Winston. The movie. So yeah, he's been around. He's done some stuff, some big things. The Ocean movies to me are big. Magic
Those are-
Mike,
yeah,
obviously
agreed.
big. So he's out there doing his
I wonder
thing.
why he didn't do this. I didn't see the second one up there.
He
Wonder
probably
why
didn't.
do the second one.
Maybe he's.
Maybe
There's
he
a
was
lot of
busy.
those. There's a lot of those. Like, hey, I'm gonna direct this one. It was a big thing. Somebody else takes it. The studio gives it, and then it doesn't do
They
as
don't
good.
wanna
and
see
he's
it.
like,
So they're like,
"Ah,
come back
I'll
for the
do
next
the
one."
third
Yeah.
one. Right. They do that.
I didn't even see the third one. I saw the
didn't-
first two. I didn't see the
I
third one.
I
The
didn't
Last
see-
Dance. I didn't see that one.
I didn't. None of them. I've never.
Not surprised
Yeah.
What?
What?
that you're out there watching the Magic Mike movies, right? Isn't there 3
Right.
or 4?
Yes, but my point was that I hadn't seen the last one. I had
Have
only
you
seen
But
the
you've
seen-
seen all the other ones.
Have you seen
There's-
Showgirls?
That's only two.
That's plenty.
Versace? Anybody? No?
Mm.
Okay, whatever. This is a rated
seen it.
R for language because she says fuck a bunch.
I love it.
Give me a girl that says fuck a bunch.
She's vibrant. Very loquacious.
That's Tara, apparently. She's like, fuck this, fuck that.
My
fuck
my
everyone.
favorite part
Get out of the pool!
of the movie, she drops an F-bomb in it. So
Which is, well, we're going to get to that a little bit later, aren't we? When our favorite part is scene, right? Maybe, yeah, sure. This is starring, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. Julia Roberts is Erin Brockovich, or her actual name was Petit. Her maiden name, Petit, something like that.
That's her maiden name?
Erin Brockovich's
Petite?
maiden name, Petit, P-A-T-T-E-E.
Look at that hair.
Petit.
Full.
I don't remember that part.
It's the
it was,
intro.
it was at the beginning.
Oh, sure.
I'm
Albert
thinking the same
Finney
thing.
is Edward Masry. Aaron Eckert is George. Marg Helgenberger is Donna Jensen. Tracy Walter is Charles Embry. Peter Coyote is Kirk Potter. Cherry Jones is Pamela Duncan. And Erin Brockovich as herself in this movie as waitress Julia. So she's the waitress.
I did know that she was in the movie.
Yeah, she's the waitress that takes the order from the
I didn't know
kids.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah, in the diner there.
Yeah, in the beginning where she's like, "Oh well, my lawyer took me out to fancy," because what really she was just saving money by not feeding herself.
Exactly. Which is a very nice poignant
Like a
thing to
mom.
put him in there. Yeah, it's fine. And then she's eating, what is she eating? Like beets or something out of the,
Out of the can,
later.
yeah.
Dude, beats.
Pretty good.
If you're not prepared
If you're not prepared to
and
see
you
what your
them,
poop
then-
looks like.
it's pretty startling.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I'm dying. What?
How come George isn't up there?
George Rocky Sullivan? Or which George? Oh, there she
Yeah, why
right
is he all the way
there.
at the bottom? That's one of the more notable names
Kind of loud singing the same thing.
and one of the more notable characters. He's a main character.
Sometimes these are weird with how
He's
they're-
at the bottom.
where
It's
they're
so
whatever.
weird.
He's got
Can we talk about how like he just kind of moves in?
top butt.
Well,
chin's-
this
I
movie
think
does.
he takes full advantage. Look, hold
This
on.
movie happens
Nice
over the
guy.
span of a year and a half, over a year and a half.
Okay. Well, then explain this to me because I might have just missed the context clues. She's super vulnerable,
But he does live next door.
and they're talking, and he just went straight in
Oh yeah.
for that smooch to what I thought was a very vulnerable lady.
And they
Was
did
anyone
it.
else feeling this too?
Oh yeah. He took
Yeah.
advantage.
I was like, I don't like it.
But also at the same time, and we know how the story goes. I mean, he did go. Yeah, I'll take care of your kids and be
Dude,
good.
great.
But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that time
100%.
where
Well, for a
she's-
minute.
Hold on,
was
that's what I
great for
said.
a
That's what I
minute,
said.
yeah.
That's what I said. Well, he saw those bikes drive by. He's like, brother, I want to get on them hogs.
For
You know what I
free.
mean? Like, I gotta be on them hogs.
I mean, honestly, that's you can't. They did a good job of setting him up for you can't blame him.
Right.
I'm
They-
not saying,
they-
well, and that's because
They set him up for it. I
Carrick
mean,
and I
obviously you
had
make
the
a
same
choice.
conversation while we were watching it because
Sure.
because we both were like, I mean, like props to him for saying it and admitting it, but also like, what do you mean? She didn't say don't go to work. Like she never said I want you to stay home. Don't find other things to do. But she needed to sit her. My point is then as he's leaving, he says you're making money now. Like you can get a sitter. Why not that be the conversation you have instead of
I
I'm
think it
leaving you? Why not go
I
to
don't
her and
think
be
that's
like,
what it was about.
hey, we've got
No.
money now. Why don't we get?
I think he wasn't
sitter.
being paid attention to. He was literally just there. Well, think about it. She's literally her job is literally taking over her life. That's all she's
And
doing.
it
right?
wasn't like that. I'd understand that expectation if they came in to the relationship with that expectation.
Right. She
But
wasn't.
she was in progress of becoming.
Yeah.
that workaholic that she is at that point. So he wasn't. I don't think he knew he was signing up for that, which I think is why he did what he did, which was, hey, either need you or I need to move on to something else. Because if you're not going to give me anything,
I hear it, but it does
a
happen.
nice thing in the 6 months is crazy, right?
I hear it, but it does
attention.
happen. I mean, on both sides. I'm not saying it's just men, but it
yeah.
happens on both sides where people sometimes step into a role like, oh, I'm gonna be like not on purpose, but I'm gonna be the rescuer. I'm gonna be the hero here. I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna do what she needs from me. And then it's like, no, I can't do it anymore. I've done too much now.
I think he was.
I want my own
stepping up
life.
for a relationship, not to rescue anybody.
Well, I think that what happens is he wanted a piece of that.
At first,
Erin
I
Brockovich,
might have-
right?
I might be up there with
And
Steve.
then she was like, no. And then that one day where the babysitter couldn't take the kids, he was like, I got your kids. And then that probably just sparked whatever
Just
of
fell
him
into
being
it.
an actual human being, decent human being. Because let's be
yeah.
real, most people would be like, I don't fucking care.
No, that's
Yeah.
why
Deal
I
with
said
your shit.
that's why I said maybe not on purpose.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that he was going in being like, oh, I'm gonna
At first, yes.
act like I've got her
Sure.
back. And I'm not saying he was doing it on purpose, but I'm saying he did do it. He stepped up and was like, I got it.
Right. But they also planted the scenes at that party in the park where they were going to leave. And he's like, hey, I'm bored. I don't want to be here. You know, like whatever. We've been here all day. And they're about to leave. And obviously, that's an important thing for her and her job at that point where that guy comes up like, hey, I worked at the plant. You should talk to this. But at the same time, him
He's
and
watching
the
the kids
family.
while she goes.
Exactly. He's
all
just
three of her
sitting
kids.
there like, this
So it's like
fucking
giving-
sucks for me.
The give and take wasn't fully there,
Right.
In
Which-
his mind, I think he felt like she was taking a lot.
I don't
More
think
than-
I don't think anybody was wrong in this situation.
No.
Also, because back
Absolutely not.
then you're watching moms do that for their husbands
Yeah,
a
for sure,
lot.
for sure.
They're going to their work events, they're going to things, they've got the kids, and the husband is networking, socializing while they're doing whatever
The
they need to
difference,
do.
though, was those weren't his kids. Right.
No,
So he
but-
didn't need. To him, it's like, what am I getting out of this other than being daycare for your kids? Yeah, sure, we could get money and I could have a job, but you're not here for me at all. So like,
But what was he doing before he
Deuces.
stepped up?
what do you
He
mean?
was a construction worker, and he had either been laid off or wasn't working.
So
He says that on the bed when they're talking about getting jobs, and he doesn't have an issue getting a job.
Right, because she made that comment of,
Yeah.
you don't got a job, and then obviously she didn't mean it that way, but she kind of did.
But
And he
but,
said it's pretty lucrative with what he did too.
Right.
So he was able to take the time off, I guess. I don't know.
I guess what I mean is there was never
But that nice
there was
hog.
never a conversation where she said, "Hey, I need you to be a stay-at-home dad for my kids." Essentially, like it's not like that's what she asked for.
But it's a movie, right? And we don't know what's actually happening, right? To be fair, the way the movie sets it up, he is fucking daycare because he was there next door. The kids get dropped off. There's nobody there. Hey, I'll watch them. And she goes, okay, cool. I
And
got
then just
somebody to
keeps
watch.
doing it, yeah.
I got somebody now that can watch my kids.
And he wasn't working, so it didn't have a reason not to.
Right. And who knows if that was by choice or what have you. But the way the movie portrays it, right, that's how it comes off. So
And it
it's
also
kinda
does
hard to-
suck though that because she talks about her life even before they had that conversation where he's leaving, where she talks about her life where she's had this man and then this man and they've all left, and then she's never been able to find something that's hers, and she keeps having trouble finding jobs, and then she finds this thing where not only is it's steady, but she's good at it and she likes it and she's helping people. Like
Right.
you can't really ask someone to take a step back from that at that point when their whole life has been.
You also can't
Shit.
expect someone to.
That's why I say neither of them are wrong
deal with it,
here.
right? So-
That's why I say neither of them are wrong here because it's not.
Right. Yeah. It's hard. It's a
She
hard
wasn't
thing.
like purposely neglecting him. It's just
No,
she also has to do what's right by her and her family too.
Yeah.
He was
there-
neglecting her kids
she was.
too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like she's neglecting him and her kids essentially.
I mean, that other
Missing-
lawyer, we never saw his wife, but he was married.
Very
And he
true.
was just as
but
busy.
I don't know. I don't think he was just as busy. Aaron was the one going at first to all these places and figuring out all this stuff. He was behind the desk. He even said, I was supposed to be on vacation. You convinced me not to, right? But that's at the end of all this when they're actually in it and doing everything. So, if so facto, who knows? We don't know. Runtime on Erin Brockovich, 130 minutes. It is a little long, but I kind of feel like it has to be.
There's a lot to be told. and
There's a lot
stuff, yeah.
you need that backstory of her. Then you need to figure out what's going on.
Plus,
with,
because it
everything.
does, the movie is over the span of
Yeah, wow, yeah.
almost 2 years, so you kind of have to tell the story without
Right.
chopping it up too much, but not making it too long. So they kind of I feel like it hit a decent spot.
No, it did. Also, can we talk about the fact of that opening scene in which she gets hit in that car is all one shot. And
It was
it's
awesome.
Yeah. It's cool.
That's awesome.
That like I was like, oh man, Erin Brockovich. And then I watched that scene. I'm like, we're in. Give me
him
the
early.
right. Give
Get
me the
him early.
special effects. I'm locked in. Release date March 17th, 2000.
A lot older than you think it is.
25.
That's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. That's a weird. She is kind of.
I mean, if it's
redheaded.
a Friday or whatever, then it's not like they were. It's not like there were people that were going to be like, oh, well, we can't release any movies today because it's St. Patrick's Day.
No, we can't go see Erin Brockovich. Sorry, it's St. Pat. We
St.
gotta go
Patrick's Day.
fucking drinking.
Fucking.
We'll see if people went and saw it. The top 10 that week. The top 10. Are you guys ready? Number 10. The Tigger movie.
Wow.
T.
Double gutter.
Very definitive letter.
Has anybody seen the Tigger
Yes.
movie?
Yes.
I have not.
Is it good?
It was back then. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. Moving on, number 9. A movie that I like that I have watched a lot. Snow Day.
Oh, shit.
Dogs?
No,
It's shampoo.
it was like it was a kids movie where they were
They
out
got
of
a snow
school.
day.
Fuck Chevy Chase, man. Fuck Chevy Chase.
Isn't that movie?
Oh,
Shampoo,
yeah.
where he does the
Yeah.
he puts he's like, because you like whales, and he's like, it's shampoo.
Josh Peck, right? Josh Peck was in this.
I think so. Younger, yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Good old Josh Pecker. Fucking, you heard me. The one chick there from, keep going up. Where? No, Iggy Pop, sure. No, maybe down. Fucking Pam Greer's in that movie, goddamn. Her, Emanuela Cherie,
Emanuela.
Oh yeah.
a nice Canadian actress. She's been around.
She's so pretty.
Yeah, I'll give her that.
She was Zohan, right? She was in Zohan, and she was in.
Super Troopers 2.
Is she Fast and the Furious?
No.
Who was that girl?
I don't know. Is she Fast and Furious? That's the question everybody
that
wants to
girl?
know. While you're looking that up, number 8, Cider House Rules.
Excuse me? Like
Like
apple
the
cider?
cider, yeah, cider. They're making cider in this house, and it rules.
Oh, that's right, Jordana.
Oh, it's got our
Brewster.
Mike-
Jordana
Michael
Brewster.
Michael
Caine.
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Hey, in The Dark Knight Rises, the end scene where you're
They're sitting
seeing
in
him
Italy.
looking and smiling, wouldn't it have been better if you didn't see what he was looking at? They left it ambiguous. Is that
yes.
Christian Bale or not?
I have never thought about that, but yes.
That'd be so. Like he just goes, cut to
And-
black,
And you just
right?
assume or whatever.
Or he doesn't smile. He tips his hat or something, or he like gives him a. Hey,
It's that man thing.
The man
That's
nod.
The meme,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
man meme where it's like,
yep. Michael Caine.
I saw this one. This is terribly inappropriate, but there's a very dolled up, beautiful small person, female, and there was a dude checking her out, and then all of a sudden it pans to like 6 memes of dudes going. The go ahead meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the green light. That's funny. Number 7, or are we going to figure out what this movie actually is?
You can read it.
I'll read it. During World War II, an orphan grows up under the tutelage of a doctor who runs an orphanage. However, he yearns for freedom and soon decides to leave in order to make a life for himself. What the fuck does that have to do with cider?
Have you ever yearned?
I don't know, but
Steve?
there was something about tutelage and orphanage being in
yearn.
the same sentence
Right.
that I like.
Have either of you ever
Toots
yearned?
And yearns what?
Yearned? You guys yearned?
Yeah, I've yearned.
I've yearned for a good drink.
Yeah.
Is that what that
You're
means? I've yearned for a good nap.
Have you rude?
I'm yearning as we speak.
Have you rude today?
Yeah,
You ever rude the day?
yesterday.
I've rude the day once.
Yesterday.
Didn't
I
get much
ruled
else
the day.
done.
Right. Number 7, American Beauty.
Mm.
Kevin Spacey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Canceled.
Oh, the old fondler.
Yeah, the old diddler on the roof.
The diddler himself.
Yep. 8.3 out of 10. God damn.
Sexually frustrated suburban father is what it starts as.
Kevin
Has a
Spacey.
midlife crisis.
Did you guys ever like read the
After
testimonies of
becoming
this?
infatuated with his daughter's best friend. Ugh, just like that.
Yeah.
Just that summary alone.
Could they
is
come out
ick.
with that movie today?
No.
They shouldn't
No.
have come out with it then. It's
8.3
icky.
out of
It's
10.
still icky.
Have you guys listened to the testimonies?
No.
The being diddled?
Woo. boy.
It is wild.
Woo, boy, there's actually testimonies going on right now, Tara. I don't know if you know this about a hockey scandal that happened in the World Juniors.
Oh no!
Like 4 or 5 years ago now, and some pretty big names are indicted in this thing. Apparently, some girl got dragged back to one of their hotel rooms one night, and she was trying to just get with one of them, and they ended up doing stuff to her very badly, in which you didn't want any part of, including a split on her face, if you will.
What? All right, we're getting a little
Teabag.
graphic
What big
now.
names are in this?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Like hockey names? Big hockey players?
So there were juniors.
Was it
and,
all
like,
one team?
Yeah, so the World Juniors, you know what the
Yeah,
World
yeah,
Juniors
yeah.
tournament
So
is?
it was
Hockey Canada. So it was a group of them
So
on
it's Canadians.
it. So Cale McCarr.
That doesn't sound very Canadian of them.
No, it does not. Cale McCarr is with the biggest name that's being. He was on that team, but was not in the room when this happened. But
And they did the splits?
One of the hockey players, as this girl was laying on the ground, did the splits over top of her face, and it was not consensual.
So you're telling me he gave her the Zorro mask?
Yes. Hold on.
Hockey players are supposed to be the non-controversial ones.
Yeah, I
we don't
know.
have stuff like this.
They just haven't discovered it yet. Everybody's bad. They're all bad.
Men,
Dude, women are
careful.
Women are just
Just
as bad.
Just as?
I would chalk it up, yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to look it up here.
In this category?
Nowadays, almost, yeah, it feels like it.
McLeod, I was right. Okay.
In this category.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. My personal experiences. Yes. 100%.
All right, let me read you the names because you might know some of these. Michael McLeod, Dylan Dubé, Carter Hart, Cal Foote, and Alex Fermenton.
Was it Fermenton?
One of those players was signed by the Capitals, by the way.
Oh no.
Carter Hart was a goalie for the Flyers for like 4 years. Dylan Dubé. Cal Foote is whatever Foote's son. He used to play for the Avalanche for a while. Can't remember his Adam Foote. Adam Foote. Look, I know that. But anyways, this Michael McLeod guy is the main guy who was like whatever. And the thing that's the worst part of this is after I didn't even go into details of other things that happened that night, but after it, they were texting her like, "Hey, can you make this go away?" Yeah. So it is currently in courts in Canada
Asking
right now.
her directly, hey, can you not?
Well, so basically, she went to her parents, and her parents kind of were like, "Hey, you need to go to the fucking police about this." And
She told her parents.
I mean, she got
Can you imagine being the parents?
she
doing
got
that?
RAPED.
Oh, I know. I know.
By a
I'm
group
hearing
of
you.
dudes in a hotel
I'm
room.
hearing you, but what I mean is parents
This
before.
is all very confusing too, because she went there with the idea that she was going to hang out with one guy,
Correct.
but this guy was like, "I had a bunch of buds."
So basically, the
So
World
this-
Junior Hockey Tournament is a tournament that happens every year
This is
around
all
December.
sketchy.
Hold on,
Every
hold on.
bit of this is fucking sketchy, dude.
So it's basically like the next big hockey players in the world are in this
Jesus.
tournament, and it all takes place in a certain place in the year. That year it was in London, Ontario, I believe, and it's basically like, hey, you might, like think about it. You got all the boys together. These are 18. These are under 18-year-old boys. So it's a World Junior under 18
God.
tournament, and it's like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with this one dude. Yeah, well, they're all in a hotel room because they're all in the same hotel chilling there. And she doesn't know any better. So obviously she's going there. They're drinking, having a good time, whatever. But it turns into other stuff.
How don't you know that there's a bunch of fucking crazy dudes there?
Well, let's be real. I mean, she probably went to hang out with that guy knowing that they were with the team.
Yeah,
but she
but
didn't know
didn't
she was going to
expect-
get ganged.
That's crazy, dude.
Right. And
That's
she
all
did.
crazy.
Yep. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. If you want to read it, Tara, it's going on currently,
I'm
and
reading it.
there's a bunch of stuff like that they're coming out with. They got all the text messages from everybody. It's
Oh,
pretty bad. So moving on to a higher
Jesus.
and lighter thing. Number 6, The Whole 9 Yards.
So good.
That's Bruce Willis, Amanda Peet,
Yeah, Taylor
Spelled
Radish.
different? Oh no.
Taylor Radish. That was it.
He
Yeah.
testified
Yep.
last week.
Crazy shit. But yeah, Whole 9 Yards. That was the first one because then the Whole 10 Yards comes out after that. Matthew Perry. Forgot about him because
6'7".
R.I.P.
He's active.
Who?
Radish.
Yes, he's still a player. He wasn't in the room, is what they're saying. He was on the team at the time.
Yeah, well, because I guess from what it sounds like, what they were asking him is about communications. I guess about it, and he was like,
Let's be real. The bros are going to be talking. If something like that went down and
they weren't a part of it,
right?
They're going to be like,
exactly. I can't remember what went on.
Oh yeah, I don't recall.
Sure, you don't recall.
Yeah.
You got to get all these guys in different rooms.
Oh yeah,
Get them all to open it up.
That's what they're doing basically.
That's just.
Oh yeah.
And in Canada, like,
here's the thing: it happens more than you think. It just doesn't get reported.
Nope.
Because
I mean,
not to throw anybody else under the bus.
You could say that anywhere.
Yeah, well, I know, but not to throw anybody else under the bus. But like the team manager is also the one saying, "Hey, you need to throw this under. You need to make sure she doesn't talk." So it goes higher than just a bunch of young kids. Oh yeah, so this shit's gonna blow up, and it's gonna be pretty bad for some people.
To which I say, not that I don't know it doesn't happen both ways, but to which, again, I say, at this level, no. It's not on both sides.
We want to talk about it?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got held up against a wall. And
No. I'm not. No. Again, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying at the same, it's still not this level.
No, this is famous people. That's why it's something as serious as it is. If it wasn't a sports team of dudes and it was just a random set of guys, this would be way different. Doesn't make it any better. Yeah. But what I'm saying is the reason it is what it is. Is because
but it's just as bad as what I'm saying. But
but
with non-famous people, that stuff also does happen regularly.
Yeah,
is what
probably
I'm saying.
A lot more frequently than this one time that we're seeing it on the fucking news. Unfortunately,
that's the thing is because there's famous people involved. It's going to be blown up and be put on blast for the people. And that's what the girl was saying that's involved in this is, hey, I didn't want to go to the police. I didn't want to put this on because think of how embarrassing that is for somebody.
Oh, yeah.
But she's like, I don't want this to happen to anybody
Your name
else.
is tied to that. Oh, well, yeah. But that's the thing is your name, then you're seen as, that's what her name is now.
And
that's what people will see her as. And that's
the unfortunate thing is, she wanted it. Oh, she was doing something to garner that attention.
Because that's what happens when you
the fortunate thing is now that it's later, it's like some of these people have money now.
But when you come forward, but that's why some people don't come forward with stuff. It's because when you come forward, when they lawyer up, that lawyer's job is to attack you and to make the victim look like, well, they weren't that much of a victim.
Well, look at, not to bring this into the Trump thing, but look at all those people that once Jean Carroll came out to say, oh, why'd you take this long to come out? Or now all these other people are coming out. Why didn't you come out when it first happened? You really think back in the 80s, if a woman like that came out and said, this person did this to me, they're going to believe them.
No. I mean, it's
also
all
power.
over the place, though, because there are instances of money grabbing people that have just went on single dates.
Oh, yeah.
There's
dudes
that have went to jail for 20 plus years.
Oh, yeah.
For rape
and
allegations in college.
And yes, so those are unfortunate.
They ruined it for other people.
Those
so
are
now
unfortunate
it's ruined
situations, but that is such a low percentage of the untrue incidences, or such a low percentage in comparison, which is what sucks about it, is because that's the argument you see is people be like, well, how can you believe them? Sometimes people lie. And it's like, that's like this many people compared to this many people are lying.
Well, also, if I'm a woman and I'm going to lie about that, and that's going to be in the news and be a public thing, why would I want to do that to myself?
That's what I mean.
I'm a crazy person.
That's what I mean. They get dragged through. That's what settlements are for. You don't want to make it public and go through a trial.
Happened. This reason we don't hear about a lot of them is a lot of these end up being settlements.
Right, that aren't in the news or not public. If we're going back and looking at Erin Brockovich for one, because we're here talking about it, the whole idea of the movie is they wanted to do that settlement so it wasn't in the news, and that way it was settled behind closed doors.
On that note, to tie it to Erin Brockovich as well, not even a sexual harassment case, and they did the same exact thing to her on the stand. They turned it around on her and was like, well, but you have two different dads with... So how do we know that you're dressed like that and you didn't just see that's an expensive car, blah blah blah. But that's what it is. It's like you said. Well, you went there. You chose to go there.
Yep.
That doesn't mean she was giving the the authorization for all of those things to happen.
Yeah.
Because she showed up at a hotel room.
Yeah, and the other
Because that's
thing,
along the same
too-
lines as, oh, well, you were wearing that skirt.
Right.
Okay.
She the other thing I would say is like if this happened today, obviously there's cameras everywhere. That guy's not
Phone,
getting
stuff like- yeah.
that guy's not
Nope.
getting off with that because that was a clear he just ran through that light and hit her.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
all the time. Anyways, back to the top 10. Number 5, The Ninth Gate.
All right.
Johnny Depp. It's a book movie about opening the ninth gate to hell. It's actually really good.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. If you haven't seen it,
Oh, is
Yeah.
this where he's like at that cabin?
it's not a cabin.
No,
it's
no,
like
no.
a
Like
church
place
at
in
the,
the
end.
woods?
It's at
Oh,
No, I
am I
know what
thinking
you're
of?
talking about, and I think that movie's on my list
Stigmata.
too. No, The
No?
Secret Window.
yes.
Oh,
That's
Secret
what it
Window.
is.
Okay.
I
yeah,
used
yeah.
to love that movie, and I don't hear anyone talk about that movie. It might not even have gotten good ratings, but I used to really like that movie.
No, this movie, though, Ninth Gate is actually really good. The ending, there's a scene you're like, ooh, okay.
Because it's one of
That
those
right there.
The Secret Window is one of those ones where you're guessing the whole time on what's true and what's not true, like what's real and what's not
Sure,
real.
this one here. A dealer of rare books finds himself at the heart of a string of paranormal events when he is hired to find the last 2 copies of a text capable of summoning the devil.
Interesting.
It's fucking dope, actually.
Barato Nicte.
You mustn't read from the book.
This looks interesting. I watch this.
It's a good movie.
I'd watch
It's honestly a really good movie, and it's rated R for a couple reasons.
Damn, he just punched you with a bowling ball.
Maybe who wouldn't? Why not? Number 4.
Oh, that's that Nazi Hunter show.
Oh yeah. With whatever. Number 4. My dog Skip.
Ooh,
Interesting.
my.
What a flip flop there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is Jack Russell. I think is that Jack Russell?
Yeah, it is.
My friend.
Kevin Bacon. A shy boy grows up in the 1940s Mississippi with the help of his beloved dog Skip. So he just grows up with Skip. This is just.
Oh, I don't want
Is
to
that-
watch this.
No, it's his life. It's his. He's
Is that
Frankie
the-
Muniz.
he
Diane
doesn't.
Lane.
No, he doesn't have friends, so they get him a dog.
I
So
don't.
it's that's why it's described that way. Is because
So what'd that guy do? He bought a bunch of parking lots or something like that, Steve? Frankie Muniz?
What?
To get rich. He bought a bunch of parking lots and then made money and then he started racing and shit.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know. I
Yeah.
thought that'd be some stupid shit you would know.
Oh,
since-
yeah,
I
no,
love
didn't.
Diane Lane. Why isn't Diane Lane in stuff anymore?
Diane Lane is a beautiful woman.
Why
She's
isn't she in stuff anymore?
Troy.
A history of
That was
violence.
a long time ago.
Troy. Yeah, I don't know. I know Frankie Muniz is racing in the Craftsman Truck Series right now.
Yeah, I heard he's
He's having meltdowns every day because he ain't finishing very good, and he's like mad at it.
I heard he
It's funny.
invested in parking lots in like
Whatever you got to do, man.
the cities and he just made a killing.
Fucking buy up a bunch of parking lots, and
Well,
you're
because you
making
know
money,
what?
yeah.
Everyone uses parking lots.
Yeah,
They do.
and you can charge
That's like
whatever
investing.
you want.
That's like investing into a funeral home.
Yeah, everyone's gonna
You
die.
always need funeral homes,
Yep. What else do you need? Toilets,
gas stations.
gas station. Well,
That's what I'm gonna do, Steve. When I'm getting close to checking out, I'm gonna make a thing where it's just like a hole and it's gonna have dirt up top. No one has to be involved.
just chuck them down.
They're gonna find the body 6 years later and be like, someone murdered this guy and buried him. But no, it's just
Nope.
it's just me. It was just
That
me
was
and a
me.
fucking
Gonna put
a
yourself
couple
in the
pulleys
hole.
and a tarp.
A couple of pulleys. Jesus Christ. Top 3 that week, no particular order. Then you guys got to guess them. Erin Brockovich, Mission to Mars, Final Destination.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
final. Oh, you
all
want
right.
to go first?
Nope. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do Final Destination, Mission to Mars, Erin Brockovich. I wanted to say the other 2 backwards, but I just remembered what Mission to Mars was.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Guy that was in it just died too.
I'm gonna say Mission to Mars. Final Destination. Erin Brockovich. Is that what you said?
I said Final Destination, Mission,
okay.
Erin.
It is number 1, Erin Brockovich. Number 2, Mission to Mars. Number 3,
Nice.
Final Destination.
I'm actually happy being
what'd
wrong with
you
that.
guess?
I'm very happy.
Did you
about
guess
it.
any of those?
I can't because
Oh,
I'm
you
not gonna
gotta
look
write
that. Yeah, I wouldn't
My
know
bad.
what would be
Yeah, he would know
in the
the
top
names.
3. Yeah, but I do guess these. The budget. What do we think it cost to make Erin Brockovich?
2000, huh?
2,000. Well, it would have been probably 98, 99.
Julia's not new.
She's not
15
new.
mil.
$15 million is what Wally's going with.
That's, I was actually gonna say that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 18.
$18 million. I guess $20 million. Look at us.
Nice.
Look at us. Guess what? We're all fucking wrong. $52 million.
How much money did she take?
Woo, we're going to get to that in Steve's fun facts because there
Holy
could be something
shit.
there.
Because I mean, this was prime. I feel like she's had
Prime Julia.
multiple big ones already.
Yep.
So
She said.
Hey, wait.
on today's episode, after what we just talked about,
You're going to go
She's
there.
got Zorro mask.
What? All right, box office. What do we think this made in theaters in its overall theatrical run?
138 million.
Oh, look at you right off the hip.
116.
116. I guess 185. Opening weekend, it made $28.1 million
Oh, it made a
for
lot
an
of money.
overall 256.3.
Holy
Whoa.
shit balls.
So what you're saying is St. Patrick's Day didn't affect it.
No, it did not. People went, we're going drinking, then we're going to see Brockovich.
Wow.
I know.
That's a big opening weekend
for her.
for a non,
And
I know.
you know,
I'm surprised they didn't
Marvel
go.
movie.
We need to make another.
That's crazy.
We need to make Erin Brockovich 2 Electric Boogaloo.
follow all those other cases. Where I want to hear the end result of the case that they started at
I
the
know,
end.
right? Yeah. They just make up cases like the frogs. The frogs are gay, and how are they becoming gay? We need to figure
The
this out.
trans
Erin
mice, the
Brockovich.
trans mice. and
Yes, the
stuff,
trans
like-
mice. That's exactly what it is. Jesus Christ. Tomatometer time. Rotten Tomatoes score the Rotties. What do we think? Critics and audience out of 100% gave this.
You want to scream this one quick? Or you want me to go?
I'm gonna say 82, 87.
82, 87.
Ooh, I was going to be close to that too. I'm going to go 85, 91. Critics.
85,
audience.
91.
Yes.
You
85
did it the
critics.
right way this time.
91.
Look at you.
I did it for you.
I guessed 75 critics, 80 audience. It is 85 critics, Walter, 81 audience.
Damn.
Oh,
I got
audience
one
is
of 'em.
lower. Interesting.
One of them.
Yeah. One of them.
Juan.
Like, yeah, honestly, yeah. Why would...
I don't know.
But not by much. I mean, 81 is still pretty good on Roddy T's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. IMDb top and lows review time. Now,
I'm
gonna say this.
already gonna say this ahead of time. If there's
Okay.
if there's a 1-star review and someone trashes this movie,
There's always going to be,
I
especially
hate
that
them.
big movie.
No, there was a
always
movie
gonna be.
recently
had
where there
one.
was not
There
a
was not a
1-star
one-star.
review.
Don't
It was
remember
still
what it was.
low, but it wasn't a 1-star.
As
You were right.
popular as this?
Yeah,
I don't remember what the movie
maybe.
was actually.
But this is from Mason Saul of
This is
August
the
8th, 2019. I did
top-
not take the top review because it was way too fucking long for me to read.
Okay.
This is the one just below it. Erin Brockovich is an incredible drama based on a true story that's uplifting, emotional, and funny, whilst also being timely and relevant. Julia Roberts is perfect in the lead role, and Albert Finney and Aaron Eckert give great supporting performances. Steven Soderbergh's direction is excellent, and it's well filmed. The pacing is also great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, for sure. I
For
agree.
sure.
I actually said while I was watching it, I was like, I know that, like other actresses come to mind that could have probably sold that part just as well,
Yeah.
but I can't. I feel like for some reason, no. You know what I mean?
She is Erin Brockovich.
Yeah.
If I met Erin Brockovich, I'd be like, that's not you. You're not Julia
like
Roberts.
I feel like
Yes.
do I feel
Yes.
do I feel like Sandy could have probably pulled off that same role even at that time because that was a similar time frame. I feel like
I was
after
going to
seeing
say this
her
earlier.
after seeing her in like The
No.
Blind Side and stuff
No.
like that, I feel like she could.
I think
No.
Sandra would have done this better than she would have done something like The Blind Side because she is that same. They have the same energy
Sure.
I don't think she could be as
as
crass.
normal people almost.
I don't think she pulls off crass as well.
Who, Sandra?
Yeah.
The scene in
I
which...
guess I wouldn't think of fuck you. I wouldn't believe as much if she was. They're both yelling at me,
Yeah.
right? And Sandra said "fuck you," and then Julia
Julia?
said "fuck you." I'd believe Julia.
That's
That's
what I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah,
So
I
the
think she's
scene-
got that.
The scene that sells me on her is when they're arguing to each other, the boss and her in the office, and he goes, fuck you. And she literally, without blinking, fuck you. And then
And
they
he was
start
like-
laughing. And
Yeah.
then they're just like, they mean it like as a thing of endearment.
She's
That's
a very
what-
high social IQ.
Yeah, but that's what made me go, she's great in this role.
Mm-hmm.
Like her acting right there. It's just in a fuck you. I was like,
I honestly
Mine was in
can't
the frustration when she was fixing the drain.
that too. Yeah.
I honestly
I was like, that
can't
feels real.
think of like something that I've seen her in, like something decent that I've seen her in that she wasn't.
Good in.
Yeah, like I can't think of something where I'm like, oh, she phoned that in. You know what I mean?
But is she a Ryan Reynolds where every role she's the same?
No, because I've seen her in a lot of stuff where it's not that
Yeah,
case.
Pretty Woman, she's not this.
And she's been in some rom-coms. She's been
Oceans.
I was just about to bring up Oceans. She's been in
She was Julia Roberts in Oceans. And she didn't seem like
funny.
Alright,
Even what was the movie Valentine's Day?
something like that. Yeah.
Where they're all where it's like it's
Mystic Pizza.
Valentine's Day and New Year's. Oh, Mystic Pizza. She's not even close to the same type of person as Mystic Pizza. I love Mystic Pizza. Mystic Pizza gets overlooked. That was,
her.
I think, that might be her first movie role.
Closer. Yeah.
Mystic
it's
Pizza.
close to it. Yeah,
Go
it
all the way
probably is.
down.
We're going all the way.
Homecoming
brother.
was a good TV series. I forgot it existed until recently.
Now, I must say, I haven't seen most of these. Eat, Pray, Love, Duplicity, Charlie
Oh,
Wilson's
Eat, Pray,
War,
Love.
Charlotte's
That's a good one,
Web,
too.
Charlie Wilson's War was a
Mona Lisa
Oh,
Smile.
I love Mona, and she again not the same.
Completely forgot about
not
that.
the same
America's
type of-
Sweethearts is a great movie.
I-
The Mexican. Runaway
See?
Bride. Notting Hill. Man, I'm forgetting all this.
America's
I know, right?
Sweetheart is so
Conspiracy
underappreciated.
theory.
I don't think enough people know about it.
My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, My Best Friend's Wedding is also one of my favorites. Hook, Tinkerbell, come
Pelican
on.
Brief was a big one too.
She's been in. Oh man, Sleeping with the Enemy again. Not even close to this. She
Steel
was
Magnolias.
in
Miami
sleeping,
Wives.
in Sleeping with the
She's been in
Enemy.
so
She
many.
was a timid, abused
I'm kinda curious.
wife.
Yeah. You don't remember Miami Wives? America's #1 new show. By the
Okay,
way, I
wait,
might
go
be
back.
going. I might be going.
So
on
she
a
wasn't
fucking,
in stuff before Mystic Pizza, but was
It
it?
was
Were
like
they
TV
shows? Were they
yeah.
all shows?
I think they were. He went far too far back.
I might be going on a Julia Roberts binge.
I was just gonna say that. I
Like-
might be. It's Julia Roberts
okay,
time.
episode. So
Crime Story TV. I don't know what Babs is, but that says uncredited, so it might be
Satisfaction-
something. Nothing.
doesn't seem like that's TV.
No, that's a movie because it
These are-
says
these are
TV
early
movie.
ones,
See,
though.
it says TV series.
Okay, so those other ones, but that one she's uncredited, so she's probably barely in it. So Mystic Pizza was probably her first real movie.
Yeah, first real big role, I would say.
When was she in Friends, Tara? What episode?
She was in
Ooh.
Friends in
Which
season. Okay,
Susie.
wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Season. I'm gonna say it was season.
It doesn't.
Hang on.
We got
I've
the
got
year.
this.
We got
I've
the
got
year.
this.
Oh, we got it. We got it right
I
there.
got it. You can't
She
look.
was in
If
season.
she gets this, I'd be fucking
so mad.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Do you want a hint?
Nope.
I can give you a hint.
Nope. I don't need one. She was in season 2.
If you get the episode, we're done here.
And I'm gonna say
You're already right. You're already right with that. Keep
and
going.
I'm gonna say it was episode
This is wild. Come on.
14.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's part 2. It's episode part 2, Steve.
Yeah, well, but is Susie in
Is
the
that,
first?
is that still
Wow.
technically episode? Would that be
No,
13?
No, it would be
Part
12.
two?
No, it would be 12 and 13.
But is she in 12 then?
Damn.
no, she's only in the,
She's only
she's
in
only
that-
in one episode.
That's
Good for you, Tara.
a problem.
That's
So here's
I'm impressed.
that's a problem.
no.
That was a Steve pull there.
Here's what. No, but
Good
here's
for
why.
you.
When you've watched Friends, even not the
40
amount that I
times?
have, but even just a couple times, the reason I did that, I was able to do that, is because I thought about, okay, who was dating who at
Sure.
that time.
Oh Jesus.
Was like, for example, I knew Rachel and Ross hadn't gotten together yet because I knew Rachel and Jean-Claude Van Damme go on a date during that
John
episode.
Blood Van Damme.
So I knew it had to be before season 3, which is why I knew it was season 2.
we should do Bloodsport.
So.
Uh-oh.
But every time I see that episode, that's one of the best she's ever looked. I'm not even like everything about her looked amazing. That and her and Matthew Perry dated around that.
Oh, okay. I mean,
It was
that's-
brief, but they dated, like they met on the show and dated.
They met on the show. It's fine. Everybody knows it. It's fine. That's cool though.
Because they knew each other, like their characters were meant to know each other on the show. So they filmed all of their scenes together. And so then they ended up dating. But she was like one of his class hood schoolmates that he pantsed in front of the whole school.
Sure.
And so she fake dated him to then abandon him in a bathroom without all his clothes.
I got pantsed at the St. Mary's County Fair.
How'd that go?
Full on.
Full
on
on
dick out.
child or grown up.
I was a grown up. I got full on pantsed.
God, my best
Gym
friend's
shorts.
wedding is amazing too. That's so good.
Runaway
Everybody was
Bride.
like, oh.
Also so good.
I
We're
literally
all
just
good.
said whoops.
I say a little prayer for you.
Whoopsies.
The
There's my
moment I wake
penis.
up.
What? I like it.
All
All right, the low. Now it's not the one you had up there because I
I
want the
don't
one below
want
it
to.
again
I don't respect it
because it was
so-
way too long. I wasn't going to go through
Okay.
all that. This is from Aclear, August 8th, 2000. So this
You
is
gotta
right
find us
after
the right one so we can judge their other reviews.
Aclear. As I watch, you ready for this? I'm going to read this how this is written. As I watching this movie, I was not bored, insulted, and since I didn't know much about the real events, it was interesting also. By the time it was over, I was glad I saw the movie. Today, I couldn't tell you a thing about it if my life depended on it, and I'm not saying a good movie has to stick with you for the rest of your life, but I should have been able to tell you something about what happened. I just saw it 3 days ago. I guess this is my way of saying it's rather unmemorable. I'm glad it got made, most of Julia's name, I'd imagine. And speaking of memorable, there is not a chance in hell I think anyone deserves an Oscar for their work in this.
Jesus Christ.
An Oscar-winning movie should make a lasting impression, and as good as this movie was, it does not belong with other heavy-duty past Oscar winners. Ellen Burstyn deserves the Oscar Julia will win. Sorry about that, but if you saw Burstyn in Requiem for a Dream, there's no way you disagree.
Everybody that's fucking... They called out for that fucking movie, man.
I'm not done.
Oh.
I can think 15 actresses that could have done Erin just as well as Julia, if not better.
We just talked about that.
They hit it with the same.
You ready for this? Janet McTeer, never heard of her. Julianne Moore, Kate Blanchett, et cetera, are all capable,
At
but
this
not...
time frame.
Right.
Julianne Moore, come on.
I know, right?
She's girl next door for this.
Yeah, I agree with that. Are all capable, but not big box office. I enjoyed Eckert very much, and Julia owes him a thanks. Their emotional scenes are on the telephone involving her baby girl is provided by the hard work of Erin, but Julia reaps all the benefits. 1 out of 10.
Look.
Okay. What was the title of this review?
That one.
It's from Aclear, August 8th.
With
2000.
an A or a C?
With an A. AK. It should be it was the second one. It was the second one down.
Yeah,
That's what we were trying to find it.
I looked for a while and I didn't see
Oh, wait,
it.
go back up. Maybe I didn't do the Aclear. Go the second one down. No.
That's why I was asking if you had the
top,
title of it.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so
I got okay.
Because I was like, it sounds
it's
like
Boyo 2
so
of
it was the
February
one we already
19th.
clicked
My
on.
bad.
But that's why I was like, it's this
Whoa,
sounds.
he's got 800
Jesus
reviews. Holy tits.
Christ!
This
All
is
right,
too
Get
much.
a life, boyo.
Yeah, what the fuck? All right, let's see what we got here. All right,
The Rocket, he gave it a 10 out of
Show
10. That's a
all.
hockey movie I might be in. Okay.
Stop it.
Oh, dude, he's got 1 star, so we're just gonna go with 1 stars first. How about that?
Sure.
We'll do 1 stars and then we'll
Wild
do some
Tigers,
top
I have
ones.
known.
What the fuck?
Mambo Italiano. He's watching some shit movies.
Cabin Fever, 1 star.
The Sweetest Thing,
Enough-
1 star.
What?
Not another teen movie.
This
1
man
star.
doesn't have joy in his life.
Get out. It's Pat. Yeah, definitely. 1 star from Scary
Look,
Movie.
the
Hold
Fast and
on.
Furious. I just said the Fast and Furious.
That's arguably the
1
best
star.
My
Listen,
Germs.
I'm not saying Fast and the Furious deserves Oscars, but 1 star, the first one?
Yeah, like
Come
6 out
on.
of 10. Driven was. a
Dude,
good
where's my horse?
movie. Have you seen Driven, Wally?
Yeah, it's great.
Who's in that?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Town Country.
Town and Country. Freddie got fingered. Daddy, would you like
What
some
is
sausage?
happening? Okay.
Daddy, would you like
Okay.
some-
Now go to his top reviews.
Hold on. No, hold on. Keep
There's
going down.
so many.
Okay.
He's just an angry person.
I want to. What
Lies beneath?
Just watched that at a cabin with my wife over when we went. Yeah, it's a good
Memento. It is a good movie. This
movie.
is
Loser,
what I said, like,
Never Been Kissed. 1 out of 10.
what the fuck is wrong? Oh, no.
He's out.
Hold
He's
on.
out.
Let me read this. Then the Holy Father in Vatican City should know about you. Wait. If you watch the entire movie, then the Holy Father in Vatican City should know about you because you have the patience that can only be possessed by a saint. What I saw was unbearable, unfunny, uninteresting. I think the leads have talent in small doses of the entire movie with them not in this lifetime. You are a loser.
Yeah.
No, really. Like, I feel like he just sits at home and
21st.
movies.
He did this in 2000. Is this
Yep.
when he wrote it? Yeah.
Dude, that movie's that old.
all right, let's see what he likes.
Bing, bing,
All right, let's see what he gave fucking. Let's see what 10 stars. The Rocket. No idea.
Lars
Wait.
Roger. Shoot him up a
Wait.
10 out of 10. All right. Blood Diamond. No.
He's not writing on any of these though.
Gunplay has never been this much fun.
He doesn't
10
care
out of
to
10.
write on, but he's just
Well,
living in
No,
it.
it says warning spoilers,
You gotta
so
hit
it's
the hit the
Right
arrow. The arrow. Right,
Where?
right.
in the
right.
corner.
There you go. Wow, I really love this movie. I was not gonna. Okay, keep going. Fuck it.
I don't hate him.
Bobby.
Blood
Okay.
Diamond's supposed to be really good.
The Departed. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Brokeback Mountain.
That's a okay. Luster. That looks.
I mean, Brokeback Mountain 10. I mean, not Brokeback Mountain's a
Big
good
Fish.
movie, but
Big
10.
Fish is glorious.
Petulia. Bad Santa.
10 out of 10. Bad
Dude,
Santa. Are you
Bad Santa
kidding?
is comedic. Good.
A 10 out of
It's
10,
glorious.
Walter.
But no, it is not a 10 out of 10.
Over
The
Night at the
Aviator
Roxbury
is
too.
I would-
Roxbury.
Whoa.
Roxbury.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I like
Big butts.
that, but I love Bad Santa
It's not a 10 out of 10.
is
It's
hilarious.
Like 6.5.
I would look. This is gonna sound bad, but I'd watch that over Night at the Roxbury any day of the week. I can watch Bad Santa and Billy
Not me.
Bob Thornton
Not me either.
I mean,
over and over again.
I could
That
watch
little kid that he fucks around with the whole movie is the
It's
funniest
funny.
shit.
I'll give you that.
The black midget is
It's funny.
funny as shit. The butt sex,
It's
funny
funny.
as shit. Go back and watch it. I feel like you guys haven't watched it in a
But
while.
Night at the Roxbury, just Roxbury. Sorry.
Aviator's
Aviator.
really good. Yeah, we don't have to keep going through these.
Hold on, keep going down. Keep going.
All right.
Stonewall,
I mean, honestly,
Bombshell,
most of Leo's movies are.
The
let's
Pianist,
just be real.
Amelie,
I heard,
Donnie Darko and Tan. No, get out.
I heard
Get out.
Elton John was a great pianist,
Fuck
but
you.
he sucked on the organ. Did you guys know that? Donnie Darko, 10 out of 10.
Jesus.
You get that one.
Worth seeing at least 5 times a week.
Yeah, no.
Psychopath.
No.
The World's End Upon.
Catch Me If You Can is pretty good.
Catch
I'll
Me
give
If You
you
Can
that.
is great.
It's great.
Yeah. I'll give him that one. Give me 2 more here. Crouching Tiger.
Great.
Shrek, 10 out of 10. Fuck, okay.
Great. Beautiful Mind. Great.
Yeah. Nurse Betty was actually
No
pretty
idea
good.
what Nurse Betty is. I don't think I've ever
Pretty
seen
good.
it.
Miracle. Yeah, pretty good. Lots of
Great.
Gravity and the fucking Rat Race. Rat Race is actually pretty good. Dude, that movie, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, is actually a good fucking
Bull
movie.
and squirrel and moose.
Isn't that Jason Alexander?
All right.
As the fuck
Yeah.
George
as
Costanza?
the one, yeah.
Yeah.
And the,
fucking George can't
No,
stand
I
him.
don't
Look
like
at that.
him.
I don't like this guy.
I think he lives a
either.
negative life. I kind of want to know what his middle grounds are. But we don't have to take the time to do it.
We're good.
I already know how I feel about him.
Who is your favorite character in this movie, Tara?
Erin Brockovich.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I would have never guessed. Why?
'Cause she's awesome.
Because she's the bomb diggity. Yes,
She did the damn thing.
She did. She was good at it. I enjoyed it. Wally, are you gonna?
I like the dude lawyer.
Okay.
The old man
The
lawyer.
old guy. Yeah, he was
actual
pretty
lawyer.
good.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
He's just completely ill-equipped to deal with whatever she was flying
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was great.
But they ended
Glorious.
up working up pretty good.
Best friends.
Pretty good.
Best friends.
And then they have the scene at the end, which
$2 million check.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Glorious.
But also, he knew exactly how to. Like, I love that he knew
figured it out,
he
right?
had to do that. He was like, okay,
There's
because
no
she's
other way
gonna
to do
flip
that.
out,
There's no other way to do that.
you let her do her thing,
let her
flip
go.
out,
and then just
and
walks
then
away.
and
the
then
whole
and then
time.
yeah,
Yeah.
smirk and just be like, "Here you go."
Did they not teach
Later.
beauty queens how to apologize?
Right.
Because you suck at it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, Aaron's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite part of scene. How about I'll just go? That scene is my favorite part of the
At
whole
the
movie.
$2
end.
million check.
The check.
Gives it a check, and she's just
She's going off of it.
yeah,
And picks it up and is like, oh. I also like like when he walks out and she's sitting there and she's like, thank you. Like
right. I don't want to. And that's how you end the movie. Perfect. That's it.
It is. It's great. Don't need anything more than that.
No. What else? Anybody got any?
Notable. I really like the scene where she's going to that firm that they're partnering with, and she's talking to him. She's like talking about the 600 blowjobs.
That was good.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the first time they went to the law firm.
No. This one was
That's
great.
my favorite scene.
Okay.
When the lady, Tracy,
Tracy.
her name is, she's like, those are my files. And she's like, yeah, we just need to work at completing them. And she's like, you did.
Work at filling the
You
holes.
did. Yeah. And she's like, there are no holes in my research. And she's like, you don't need to have phone numbers. Whose number do you need? You don't have all these numbers.
Tism.
Whose number do you need? So then she asks, and she does the whole spiel, and she's like, his brother, blah, 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 blah. Their phone number is blah, blah, blah. Do you want their diseases? And she's like, which is great on its own. Like that whole little speech that she gives about them, their diseases, the phone numbers, all that stuff. But then the lady goes, I think we got her off on the wrong foot. And she goes, that's all you got, lady. 2 wrong feet and ugly fucking shoes. That's the best part of the movie.
Savage.
I will say this.
And she's just like,
Yep. I don't believe that happened.
No.
I don't know.
Nah.
There's no way.
You
And
mean
I'm not,
verbatim?
Yeah, I'm not discrediting Erin Brockovich in real life with being an amazing.
I mean, she was a part of the movie, so
Yes.
maybe.
But I don't think she would have known every single person's phone numbers, even
Some-
in a time where you needed to know that.
Some people
Hollywood
are like that,
hyper
though.
takes on things.
she
some
could have.
people are
She
like
could.
that.
She could have had autism back then. Let's be real. That was not a thing that people were thinking.
Some people
of.
have
27 pencils.
some people have photographic memories like that, and they do know weird shit.
And you know what? If she did, awesome. But
She didn't.
She didn't. Let me talk to the girl that she was talking to in that room at that time, and then we'll talk.
But I also do like earlier where they're meeting with the BG&E or PG&E
Yes.
lawyers, and she says the water thing after she goes off on her little spiel and then says the water thing. And I love that they show the guy and he just like looks at her and was like,
I like another like little thing was before they're going in there, he grabs the two people.
I was gonna say the same thing.
To outnumber
to have
them.
the numbers.
And I was like, that's
power
cool
move.
too.
That was a
Right.
power
Oh,
move.
yeah, oh, yeah.
That's an intimidation.
And I
move.
like that wasn't an Erin thing. I like that it was the actual
Seasoned
lawyer.
vet thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Knowing, hey, we got to do this.
But one thing, same thing about that scene is that he barely speaks and she starts and he lets her go. She's not even a lawyer. She's not even a paralegal. She's never even been to law school,
She's got a
college,
talent.
whatever. But she starts
And he
going
let it
and
go.
he just lets her rip.
Let her fly.
He let her rip because
I'm a
he's like, I mean, she's gonna handle them. I don't need to.
That's a key having a great boss.
Great boss.
You
Great.
know, if you're good at something, and
yeah.
really good,
Let him go.
let him go.
He knew when to reel her in, when to say something, and when not to.
Well, I
But-
think we also saw how he learned when he could do that. You know, like the first couple times she's going off, he's like, whoa, shut the fuck up, you know?
Yeah.
But then he's like, all right, I know when to deploy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked good. Gangbusters, if you will. Any what the fuck moments for us?
I mean, I didn't really like when the lawyer said what he said at the beginning to her, but I wouldn't really call it a what the fuck moment. I think that's a what the fuck to the justice system more than anything.
Intro of the movie. What you were talking about, your scene you were that
Yeah.
brought you in is my what the fuck moment.
It really is. I mean,
Shocking.
it just shows that she's having the worst day ever and she can't catch a fucking break.
I love.
Bang!
Yeah. So I did Meet You Black, whatever, like a couple weeks ago, and watched that.
Same.
Same feeling that you get. It's like,
Except
oh, nothing's happening. Yeah.
Dead.
And then all of a sudden, something super surreal happens. You're like, oh, I'm in. I'm locked in.
Isn't that at the end of the movie?
That he gets hit?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Am I misremembering Meet Joe Black?
So what happens is the death incarnate needs a body.
Yeah,
or
that's
a
how
fuse.
it has to start that way because that's how
And
he
then
gets his
he
body.
gets in.
Yeah.
Death enters the body, and then that's Brad Pitt the rest of the movie.
Oh,
that happens at the
that's
beginning. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's been
It
a minute.
seems like it would be a closer because it's
Yeah.
Death.
crazy, but yeah.
There's a movie that's sort of like that with Angelina Jolie called Life or Something Like It, where she's like a TV personality and she's interviewing Tony Shalhoub on the street. And he's like one of those street prophet kind of dudes. And he's just like, you're going to die next Friday. Like just random. And she's like, what? And
Son of a
completely
bitch.
changes her whole life around in that week. And then she ended up, well, you know what? No spoilers. It's a good movie. If you
Oh, I
haven't
hate
seen
that
it,
you
watch
just
it.
did that to me.
Well, you got to
Go
see
watch
the
it.
end. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to spoil it because it's actually a good movie with a good ending and a good like build up to the ending. So go watch it.
Do your job.
No, I'm just watching Julia Roberts movies for the next
6
That's
weeks.
for
fine.
the foreseeable future.
'Cause there's a fuck ton of them. Jesus.
There definitely are. Good for
So
her.
many.
She's
good
been busy.
ones. So many good ones.
She's been busy. You know what it's time for though? The fun facts of the fucking week.
I can't wait to call my parents and tell them how close I was to getting that Friends episode because they love to test me on that all the time.
Good for them, Tara. I mean, that's a good thing for you.
No,
One
it's
episode.
not. It's
One
not.
episode. It's not. I
But
should know.
it's
You know
not.
what? I'd probably be that way with either Seinfeld or Home Improvement.
Yeah, I mean, like
All
I
right. You want me to test you?
Maybe. What do you got?
You want me to do it? You want to hit a Seinfeld?
All right, let's do it. Let's do a Seinfeld. What do you got?
Hold on. Let me think. It's got to be kind of weird. Because I'm not going to know what the episode, so I'm going to have to look it up. Okay, so episode is, I don't remember what everybody else was doing, but Kramer, he wanted to test drive a vehicle till it runs out of gas.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he takes the dude at the dealership with him and runs it almost to empty. And they're both freaking out and sweating, like cold
so
sweat.
I know the episode is the smelly car because they take the car back. Jerry and Elaine takes the car back because of the BO or whatever, and then he's test driving it. What season? 5 maybe? 5 or 6, and then like episode 9. I don't fucking know.
and you're like
The
super,
dealership.
super off.
Yeah, episode that was the 11th episode of the 9th and final. Wait,
Wait, what?
No. I said, oh, okay. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
type in smelly car.
Just where? In what?
Smelly car episode
Episode?
Seinfeld.
Okay.
Just smelly car episode. episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, so you're saying maybe you're getting them mixed up.
Yeah. Look, okay, so maybe I
Still
got to
off,
mix. Yeah, still
but-
gotta I mean, close enough. I said 5.
That's earlier, yeah.
Yeah. Not as impressive. I'll take the L on that one. Oops.
That's
But
one of my
again- but
favorite
again,
episodes
like-
of all time.
Yeah,
like
it's
I was
great.
saying, it's a little bit. It's not. I'm shocked that I got it as close on the episode. To be honest with you,
Dude, I'm not
season,
shocked.
Season is easier.
You watch it
No,
twice a
but-
year, you think?
No,
3 times?
but what I'll do a lot of time it's background, so I'm coming in and out. So I'm not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
watching it like
Okay.
consistently, and I'm not paying attention consistently in order. But seasons are a lot easier when you think about
What's
the
happening
characters
and
are
what's
doing.
going on.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on in
yeah,
the
yeah,
characters'
yeah.
lives.
That makes sense. I think that makes sense.
It's a little bit harder actually in the later
Oh, God.
seasons, like because
You can't do that with Seinfeld.
because
Well, not really.
like Chandler and
Yeah,
Monica,
you're right.
once they get together, they're together the rest of the season. So you kind of have to think: were they married? Were they
Yeah.
engaged? Were they just dating? And it's like
Yeah,
makes it a little bit harder.
Seinfeld's way like all over the place. Every
Yeah,
episode's
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
There's some type of overarching story in some of the seasons, but there's not
Yeah.
really. So it is kind of hard. I'll give you that one. Anyways, back to Steve's fun facts of the week. Erin Brockovich, the real Erin Brockovich, claims that the film was 98 to 99% accurate.
You think that phone number is that 1%?
I think she's lying, and I don't think it's
Oh,
98 to
man.
99% accurate. Maybe to her it is.
Painted in a hyperbole, like it's
Yeah. It's like that
Way
that
bigger than
person
it-
who's just like, oh, this is how I remember it happening. That's not how it fucking happened.
Oh yeah, let's not believe the woman. It's fine.
I didn't say that.
I agree. Some of that stuff seemed kind of wild. It's wild that it's the part that probably really happened that is wild to me is the dude finding her in the bar after kind of finding her creepily
I like
periodic, like
the only thing that like I get the phone call that she got, and that's what it makes her think that that's the dude or something like that, and gives you that whatever. What?
A different person would not have gotten that information because I'll tell you right now, I would have gone off on him and I would have left.
Oh yeah.
So like,
sure,
I would
yeah,
not
sure.
have gotten that information. He
Well,
would
you
not,
can tell she was
he wouldn't have told me shit.
ready to dip.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. In
he
real life, I
mentions,
feel like that guy would have been like, "Yo, I know who you are."
That would have been way
obviously.
too. Yeah,
Let
he
me
would have
tell
had to
you.
come at it differently, or else I would have been leaving.
Yeah, but I think I think that's Hollywood upped.
Although she does
You
go
know?
to leave, and that's when he finally says it. But like, did you have to be creepy first?
Exactly.
You had to be a creeper first.
But I feel like
But I
that's
guess
the
he was
whole
creepy to
moral
begin
of the
with, right?
story. I think they're trying to be like, hey,
He was creepy because
He didn't
was
know-
the
he
guy that
wanted
got rid
to-
of the shit.
well, he wanted to check it out to make sure it was okay to kind of say whatever. But it wasn't until
because the way I was watching you, like,
right, yeah.
Exactly.
They just played. They just played it up. Let's be real. That
Don't do
probably
that.
went. That dude came to her in the fucking bar and was like, "Hey, my cousin
You're
just
working on
died,
this."
and I know what you've been doing.
Yeah.
I got some shit to tell you. I got the tea,
Yeah,
brother.
I got the deets.
right,
I got the receipts and the deets.
right. The next fun fact, if you will, Julia Roberts. Here we go. You ready, Tara? Received an unprecedented salary for her lead role, making her the first woman to break the $20 million budget.
By far, too.
Glass
Holy shit.
ceiling
Was it, you said it was
broken.
50 something, right?
Yeah.
She
Deserved.
doubled it. 57?
deserved though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Agreed.
And especially
Agreed.
since she won so much
Woo!
after this movie, from this movie.
Yeah, she was like, "I tell you what,
100%.
that's fine. Give me the money. I'm gonna make it worth your while." And then the awards went, "Yeah."
Kuba's
Do you
like,
think,
show
do
me
you
the
think
money.
this was percentaged?
No. She got paid up front.
Straight up front, you sure?
Yeah.
You think? All right.
They would say it. It ain't no percentage.
I know, but even though she's peak right now, it's like that seems like a fucking heavy risk.
I mean, I agree.
Like
Nah.
almost unnatural risk.
I think she probably went, hey, you want me to be Erin Brockovich? I'll be Erin Brockovich.
Look at-
$20 million.
a couple years before this, you have blockbuster fucking AAA action movies
Yeah,
where they're not even spending that much on the movie, right? So it's,
you're right.
It feels like that's like she's like, and hear me out. I'm Julia Roberts. I'm doing this movie looks like it's great script.
Right.
Could be a risk. You give me 15-20%
This
of
was in
whatever this makes, I'll
California.
take it.
Oh.
What
Hinkley is California.
Where in California do you get white people like that?
Actually, if you go towards the
Northern
desert,
California,
you go-
or was it towards like Nevada?
I actually found
towards
it out by
Nevada, it's
accident
all
because I
white.
was looking up
That's where I
specifically
lived.
Erin Brockovich, and it
So you're a
says
white.
yeah,
the only reason I found that out is because it's one of the facts about her that came up was that her parents always thought that she would that she was very smart and would do big things, but she
is very smart, right?
she couldn't focus, and she decided
That's a
she wanted to move
misconception.
to California. So it was California. That's the only reason I found that out.
A lot of beauty queens is based on merit, and a lot of their merit is their intelligence.
Yep.
I'll let you finish your fun facts before I give you any of mine that I just found.
Yeah. Let's see. Fly.
Okay.
Just in case
let
they're
the
in there.
boy
Just in
cook.
case they're in
Okay,
there
no
is what I'm
problem.
saying.
No problem. The character George, the biker boyfriend, played by Aaron Eckhart, was based on Erin Brockovich. Ellis is her actual name now. Mexican American biker boyfriend.
I knew that was going to be the one. I
Jorge.
don't know why. I just knew it.
I don't know. Aaron and George or
Is
Jorge.
that why the whitewashing is prevalent in this?
Maybe.
Man.
Maybe. Aaron
Wow.
and
From
Jorge
Naughty
did break up,
Jorge to
Hollywood.
George. They
Right.
literally Americanized his name. Even.
Naughty Hollywood.
but they did break up in real life, but he did not leave her. He was hired as a full-time live-in nanny for Aaron's children for several years, paid for by the law firm so that she would have more time to devote to her
So
work.
that was more of the.
Wow, what a weird
That seems.
relationship.
Then so
to
that was
have.
kind of the one big change in the movie. Then if the rest was
Right, not
98%,
that he was Mexican and they made him white.
because that was
wasn't a
big.
big
But
change.
that's a bit. That's a.
Let's be real.
They made him look
hold on.
Dude,
shittier.
that guy got an interesting fucking life
Yeah,
too.
they made him look shittier.
But also, okay, let's be real here. If they did not use Aaron Eckhart and they actually got a Mexican guy, Spanish guy, sorry.
I mean, they gave him them handlebars.
They did, but let's be real.
Mustaches.
Do you think the movie would be panned a little bit in that time?
I don't know, but what I'm gonna say is
Nowadays, no, but then maybe.
What
I
I'm
think
gonna
so.
say is
I think they're like, he needs to be a white.
what
They should have made
they made him
what's
look.
that guy? That was the Spanish guy. They
Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo. Yeah.
Imagine.
But
Scar.
no,
like,
what I was gonna say is that they made him look
They call
shittier.
him
They made him look
Machete.
shittier though.
They did.
yeah, he made it look like a biker.
No, I mean as a person.
Right, because he did.
He was literally
dipped.
making an income watching her kids. In
Right.
this, it looks like he's put his life on
Whoa.
hold. He's
Did
just
you say
sitting there.
that was after the series of the movies? That's after, while she's later in the firm, correct?
Correct. It says
Yeah,
that
not
he was
Derek.
hired back, or when they broke up, he was hired, so he didn't leave. They broke
Yeah.
up, then he was hired to be their nanny.
Yeah.
Still,
so, but he
shitty.
did. They did break up.
Yes.
It's just
So he
weird.
did leave,
Yes, but stayed there to watch after their
Later.
kids while
Maybe-
getting money.
but was paid.
Right.
Maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he just wanted to be around the kids, but wanted to make money because he didn't have a job.
Maybe he's just like, look, this
Yeah,
ain't
but
working
that's
out,
not.
but
But
I love
that's
you
not
kids.
how he
Pay me and I'll stay.
he
It was portrayed
in the movie.
Yeah, I
he
know.
also portrayed it as I don't want to sit at home doing
Nothing.
housework.
Right,
I
so
want to
they
go live
changed
my
it.
life.
They
So,
changed it.
which technically he ended up doing,
Yes.
but
Ipso
getting paid to
facto.
do it.
I'm your boss.
I'm now your
But
boss.
getting paid to do it. Yeah.
The amazing car crash in the opening sequence was done by digitally compositing shots of Julia Roberts taking off with the car and a radio-controlled car being hit by a stunt driver.
Nice.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Nice. Just spliced in there,
Yeah.
apparently, right?
There's ways they could have done it without like doing digital effects. They could have just watched her walk into the car and she just got out the other side of the car and then followed the car and
Yeah.
whatever.
Still cool. Hollywood magic.
Yeah,
I love
you're
it.
right. You're right. The real Erin Brockovich claimed that while her cleavage may have had an influence, she never consciously used her body to manipulate anyone, as this movie shows.
I don't really feel
They're
like she did, to be
tits.
honest. She just kind of dressed that way and was
She did make
present.
that comment though, saying like,
No malicious intent hidden between this cleavage.
"But if
is
you're
what
gonna
she's
dress
saying.
like a hooker, right, and then be like, hey,
I can appreciate it.
she's sweet talking these men."
But if you look, she's pretty
I
lady.
actually wouldn't say that she was dressed like a hooker. Just because some hookers dress that way, I don't think she was dressed like
I've
a
seen
hooker.
pictures of
That's
what she
exactly
looked
what
like.
you could say,
Yeah,
Tara.
I've seen pictures of what she looked like in those times researching said movie. They toned her down
What
for
happened?
the movie.
Yeah, what happens is as soon as you throw on leopard skin anything,
You're a
even
hooker.
if it's under,
You're a hooker.
yeah.
You're a hooker for the whites.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen people
Unintentionally.
on the red carpet wear
You're a hooker on the red
stuff
carpet.
like that. Even leopard print stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing
Hooker.
nothing wrong with hookers.
Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
we're
Oh,
just
there's
saying look
definitely nothing
alike.
wrong with
All
it.
right, time for Tara's fun facts of the week.
So,
Speaking of the mic,
Erin Brockovich had claimed to have a photographic memory.
Okay, there we go. Look at that.
She stated that
Claimed.
she had
Claimed.
dyslexia, which made reading difficult, which led her to develop a strong reliance on visual memory, helping her recall and organize
not a photographic
information
memory.
differently in your brain.
Oh,
it's not a photographic memory.
it's not.
and self-proclaim.
It is a photographic
She's
memory.
making shit up.
You don't self-proclaim a photographic memory.
I have photographic memory.
Yeah, it's like perfect pitch. Like people are like, I have perfect pitch. No, that's relative pitch. That is a surviving thing that you learn to do because part of your brain is retarded, like everybody else's.
It says she also used visual methods like mapping information to help her process and remember details easier.
100%. She probably had mad ADD, which would explain why she
Well,
got really frustrated
don't
when
we
he
all?
was fixing the sink.
So one of the questions on one of the like, you know,
I don't need therapy. I could be a therapist.
Google questions that came up was Erin Brockovich autistic? And it says Brockovich is dyslexic. She was teased by her peers and negatively labeled by her teachers while growing up. Though this may have been discouraging, she persevered through school and got her JD from Lewis and Clark Law School in Oregon.
They went,
Okay.
you can have it.
All right. GED. Teacher said she was a little wackadoo.
I'm wackadude.
Credibility's slowly dropping for me. I hate it. But
I hate it. I fucking hate it. Okay. You got any more brain busters?
Yeah, Erin Brockovich in real life was actually hospitalized from ingesting the stuff that she was researching.
This is what I wanted to
That's
say.
wild.
So if you watch this movie, she is sick in the movie, right? But they cut
Yeah,
it out.
they didn't touch it on it.
They cut out because they didn't want her to gain sympathy of her character to make it seem like she was getting sick and like there was something wrong with her, and that's why she was trying to help these people because she was
full
also
hero
getting
arc
sick
the whole time.
Right? They're like, no,
yeah.
she just out of the goodness of her heart wanted to help these people, and
I
do
can
like
see that.
I like that scene at the end where she brings George to say, "Hey, look, I'm showing you what
This
you
is why I've done it.
sacrificed.
Yeah, this is why I did what I did.
Exactly.
This was the reason for all of
Beautiful.
this.
And you're never going to fucking understand until you see this woman's face once I tell her this. Also, I think, and I'm not going to say that, you know, Julie Roberts was not a great actress in this movie, but I think that the actress that was performing the girl who was going through all that, losing her
The
breasts
mom
and
of
whatever.
the
I
first
thought
family she
was
talked to.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh yeah. Oh
Phenomenal.
yeah. Yeah.
Little kid reading that thing. It was like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
that was great. You want
It
some
was-
eggs, Mom?
It
I'll
was
get you some eggs.
Miss Wichita,
Wichita.
but
Wichita.
in real life, the pageant she won was Miss Pacific Coast.
Oh, California.
So they
Makes
but they
sense.
changed it to Wichita in the movie because she was originally from Kansas, and they just thought it sounded better to
Makes
be
sense.
from
Well,
I'm
Wichita.
from
Wichita.
Wichita.
Let's check out the demographics in Wichita.
Oh, God damn. Jesus Christ. Hey.
She was in
Nope.
apparently was in fact a beauty queen but in Kansas didn't win a title. But so the title she won was
If you go
Miss Pacific Coast.
If you go to California, it's a huge misconception that it is coast. You go inwards to California, China Lake, Bakersfield, Lancaster, it's a fucking desert. It is literally a desert.
I love California.
Arguably just as much a desert as New Mexico or Nevada, right? You go to either of those places. Even Arizona, it's all the same. That big area of bullshit looks the exact same. There's no difference.
Bullshit.
Tumbleweeds,
Bullshit.
fucking beautiful nights, dust in your lungs, all looks the same.
Her third husband was a DJ and country musician.
Cool. Cool. Speaking of stuff that makes me sad, do you know that
And an actor.
That was good though. That was really good.
Also, it says her bonus was $2.5 million
She got a bonus.
after the Hinckley case.
guess who's dating Miley Cyrus's dad now?
Someone Miley Cyrus's age.
No, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, I saw this. Elizabeth Hurley. What the fuck?
It hurts. What the fuck is right?
I saw this. And he's also like weird now too. So like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
the fuck? Is
Yeah.
she weird too?
Apparently, we're not.
What do you?
No.
Don't do
Oh,
this
please,
to
God,
us.
no.
Why are you doing this? To
Why?
us?
We don't want to see no little What happened to him? Did he
Hold on,
disappear?
there's
No,
even-
he's still
I think
around.
there's an even better one here somewhere. There's one that he came out with. Maybe it was that. But it's like the worst thing you've ever seen. It's probably this.
Billy Ray Cyrus is one of the
It's
worst
the Old
things I've
Town.
ever
It's the Old
seen.
Town Road remix. Is that what this is?
Wanna take my baby? Wait.
But just
Oh.
the video.
Shots fired.
No, this is not. He did something else. This is not it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No. Look
This
at
is
that.
not it. It's
Look
not
at
it.
that.
I won't
Look
make
at-
you guys
look at-
do this.
Thanks.
Please, God. Anyways, final
Yeah,
decision out of
I'm
10.
Weird.
Is this a must-watch, recommend, or skip? Tara, you picked it, so you go first.
I think it's a must watch. I think if you haven't seen it, what are you doing?
Okay.
I think that it doesn't matter when you see it, what age you see it. I think it's an important movie. I think that it's a well done movie, and no notes. You know what I mean? Like, I have
It's
no
good.
notes.
No notes.
I'm giving it a 9.
Wow. A 9 out of 10.
I
Okay,
am.
okay,
Yeah.
good
No,
for you.
Agreeable.
I am. I was gonna do 8.5, but honestly, I think it deserves a 9. So
Walter?
Does my personal preference on genre make an impact to a score on a movie that's ridiculously good?
Maybe.
I mean,
How do you
mine
guys feel
doesn't.
about that?
I don't feel like mine does.
Rephrase that in a way that I understand. My brain don't work good.
The movies that I value on a personal level
Aren't
do
this
they
kind
have?
of
Do
genre.
they get more of a score when they're not as an? Do they get more of a score just because I love them? Or I
That's a good
love the
question.
idea of action movies? Do they get a better score?
Right.
Because
It's
of
an
that?
action movie, so it gets an extra point.
Well, so
they?
here's what we've said before is
I
that
know.
there have been movies that we love, but we haven't scored high just because we love them, but we can acknowledge that they're not
Exactly.
great movies. So even if
Exactly.
it's a genre that we enjoy, we can still acknowledge that whether
True,
they're good or bad
true.
movies.
Steve is going to give Back to the Future a 10 out of 10.
Oh, I know, and I disagree, but
And we'll talk about that when Steve picks it.
We'll refer back to this moment.
And I'll tell you, these are the reasons why you're wrong. And I'll have a giant fucking list saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
but for
I'm gonna
me,
go-
no, I don't give.
That holds value. This movie's an 8.5. If I wasn't going personal on it, this would have been easy a 9.5 or a 9. When it comes to a movie that's just like doesn't
Sure.
have any like I like
Why
the no
would you
notes
go personal? Why are you going personal?
because I don't like movies that are this movie's kind of boring
You mean
because
like
of the
it's serious
genre.
based, like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
too serious.
Well, it's like a documentary on something.
Yeah, it's just all talking.
Yeah, mostly talking, semi heartfelt. But it's perfectly done on all of those categories, like literally perfectly done. If that's the type of movie you value, if that was the type of movie I value, this would be almost a 10.
Sure.
You know, but it's like I'm going to be a little selfish and take consideration for the
So if you
what I really enjoy.
maybe this is a better way to think of it. If you were telling someone else about watching the movie, what would you tell them that the movie would be rated?
You have to go.
Would
see
you
it.
give them your personal one, or would you give them the unbiased, take
I
the
always
genre
go
out of
unbiased
it?
first. It's always
Well, then I
unbiased
think
first.
that's the one you should give.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, these are all been. I can't. Most of these ratings that are in here have all been me
You've had a personal
taking
touch.
yeah. They have to be. They have to be, right? Because then you're not valuing you yourself on a personal like level or about like you got to value your own bias to stuff that you really enjoy,
Sure.
right?
That
Because
makes
then you
sense.
wouldn't really love the stuff that you love.
Right, exactly. If you like something, you let it go. Right?
But Tara,
No, I'm joking.
if you were to pick, there's very few of these that you would pick where I am like, yeah, this is a fucking phenomenal movie. You said Erin Brockovich. I already knew I loved this movie, but it was another like docu series, female. What did I call it earlier? I had a great name for it. It was like, it makes chicks fucking
Empowerment.
Empowered. It's great. I
Got
don't
a
feel.
couple. I do have a couple other.
I don't
on my
feel
list.
empowered, but I felt a little empowered because of it. So it's good.
Girl power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Anyways.
I am going to say, seen this once back in the day when it came out, and probably thinking about it, actually seeing a couple scenes, I feel like I might have like randomly watched this on TNT or whatever it was on here or there. And while I remember liking it, I was a little meh feeling with having to rewatch it for the podcast. But I will say, watching, Julia Roberts commands the screen and kept me watching and engaged with the whole story. Is this movie believable with how things went in real life? Probably not, but it is entertaining enough. I'm giving this a 7.5 out of 10. I have notes. Those are my notes.
Sure, 7.5.
Yeah, and it's fine. Again, Julia Roberts is great. I think the supporting cast is great. I think it's a really good movie. But like Wally was saying, it's not my style of movie, which doesn't make it any less good. It's just, am I going to put Erin Brockovich on when I'm feeling like I want to watch a movie? Or am I going to put fucking Dread on? Like, come on.
Yeah.
We're watching
Yeah.
We're watching Dread. Come
Yeah,
on.
Steve's leaning into it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say 7, but 7.5 just because, again, it's a good movie. Like, it's not like something that I hated watching. When you said it, I was like, fucking Erin Brockovich. All right, fine. And then I was in it, and I was like, you know what? Better than I remember, 7.5.
Yeah. Cool. And must watch. I will say this is must watch.
I'll say it's a high recommend for me. It's not a you need to. What are you doing with your life if you haven't seen Erin Brockovich? But definitely, like, you want to watch a good female empowerment movie, just a good empowerment movie, or a good movie about legal drama with people dying from drinking water.
Well, that's another thing.
Prevalent.
That's another thing I wanted to bring up earlier too. Is like when he said that when he's discussing with her, like, well, it's really going to depend on the judge, and like Carrick and I were standing there, and I was like, this is even now that is a problem with the justice system. Is judges are all like they're taught the same. They're trained the same. They have to follow all the same laws, all the same, but there is still you can't take the bias out of it. Like there is a human element on how they interpret
And there needs to be
every situation. And it sucks. The downside of that is that your case could go a different way dependent on who that judge is sitting up there. Because it's not black and white.
no.
Right? Yeah, 100%. Like, and that's the thing is the whole story could be gone because that one judge said no.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they're supposed to obviously be unbiased, but that doesn't mean they're all going to perceive and interpret things the same way.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
There's no reason they didn't, like, that case wouldn't have gone forward. But the fact that that thought is even there, that a judge could have been like, you don't have enough evidence.
Well, honestly, I think the judge being from close to that county made him go, yeah, fuck you guys, we're investigating.
Yeah, because he's like,
this.
what if this trickled
It's not that
over?
far.
Like,
Right.
this is, yeah.
So if it wasn't a judge from there and he didn't have any bias in that way, which he shouldn't have, right? If you're a judge, you shouldn't be dealing with that.
Yeah.
I went to jail for 2 days from a biased judge.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's,
These people could have got nothing and just died, and they got away with it. Speaking of getting away with things, next week, Wally, it's your pick. Well, have you figured it out?
I was between two earlier, but I think I narrowed
I know
it
what
down.
I want to do, but it's fine. You do you. It's your pick.
I think I narrowed it down to the
you already know what his choices are?
the original Mortal Kombat.
We're doing the original Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Bam, 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 bam,
Actually,
The
Yeah.
one you were just watching up on the screen, you probably
Bloodsport.
didn't want to do. So let's be glad I picked this one.
We're not doing Bloodsport. We're doing Mortal Kombat 1. Your soul is mine.
There's more than one of them?
Soul.
There's
Oh.
1, 2, 3 now.
The other ones are terribly
There's another one
good.
coming out soon.
Wait, so 1, 2, 3 are like old ones, or 1, 2, and then there was the
There's
remake?
Mortal Kombat, then there's
Oh,
Mortal
Steve.
Kombat Annihilation, which is the worst, best movie I've ever seen in
It's
my life.
fucking hilarious.
And then
Then
the
they
new
didn't make a new
Age.
movie until right before COVID, I think.
Yeah,
or
that was
during
the
COVID.
So that's
Sub-Zero.
the third-ish.
Eh,
Oh,
it's a
I saw that one.
It's like a reboot.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It doesn't
I
have
think
anything
Kara
to do.
took me, dragged me to theaters to see that one.
There was some good things in that, and some awesome, like, really bad things in that.
Yeah.
But
Kano
Kano
was the best.
always the best.
Were they
I want-
fighting in a cage at the end?
Yes, or
Okay,
like
then
an
yes, I saw
MMA
that.
kind of cage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then I saw
Sub-Zero
that.
and
Yep.
Scorpion. Yeah.
Yep.
The only good parts of that movie are Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Cole, whatever, get the fuck out. They better
Yeah, it
kill
was
that
kind
dude
of
in the
it was
first
meh.
fucking point of
like,
that movie.
From what I remember about it, it was.
This one's our age group, to where it had this movie came out when we were at the perfect age for it to make a huge impact.
I want to say I might have seen it.
The dude with the multiple arms.
Like I feel like I might.
You
Like I
remember
feel.
seeing that?
Goro?
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not going to know until I'm in it, and like something will click and be
Getting
like,
punched in
I've
the
seen
dick.
this. You know what I mean?
Johnny Cage.
Because I feel like if I have seen it, it was probably only once, and it was probably then. You know, like when I
Could
was
be.
younger.
Very well could
But
be.
I feel like maybe I'll watch it, and I'm gonna end up texting you and be like, yeah.
This might be a roommate
Like-
movie. This might be a Carrick. Carrick might enjoy this. It's a good
Oh,
roommate
dude, if
movie.
Carrot's never seen Carrot,
he's seen
if
it.
Carrot,
Yeah, you
guess
have
what?
to.
Sorry, guy.
There's no way he hasn't.
Your new
seen
name
it.
is Carrot.
No. There's someone. There's someone that calls him that already. That he doesn't like.
He doesn't like.
You're not gonna like me anymore, guy. It's Carrot. No, if he's never seen Mortal Kombat, I guarantee you he has. But if he hasn't, we need to talk.
I guarantee.
Hand card.
Man card, poll.
I don't
Revoke.
think he would have cared about dragging me to see the new one had he not watched
Good.
the old ones. You
Good.
know what I mean?
I'll take that as
So-
an. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Valid. That's valid.
Anyways, next week, Mortal Kombat. Anyways,
Mortal Kombat.
people watching, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you're still here, probably not.
Get over here.
Like, favorite, subscribe, leave a comment, do your thing. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.
Bye.